Good afternoon. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP Bangladesh. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professional IGP Bangladesh. Thank you all for joining us and stay with us to the end. Honorable Knowledge Seeker, today I am your host for the afternoon. My name is Badhun Dash. I am from Bangladesh. Dear Knowledge Seeker, I am proud to be associate with IGP as a global member. IGP is a social and ISO certified international training institute. In 3 years, we already serve 3 million plus knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 250 professions and 4,500 organizations. Institute of Global Professional (IGP) is a training facility for skill development which was founded which was founded in 2020 and is genetic competent candidates to meet demand in the global labor market by providing professional qualification. The Institute of Global Professional is an educational institute that provides social work globally recognized and reportable. We serve student and community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase funds just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training and consultation to generate proficient generation all over the world. We distribute our service locally, nationally, and internationally to students, job seekers, job holders, and also for learners, the respective campus location and distance learning platforms. We are an occupational and dependable institute. IGP is one of the famous online institutes from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all the corners of the world for free webinars, seminar courses, award, quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to serve them 100 premium services for free, like create own portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and one knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge which can upgrade all day. Kids learning game from website, free sports, converse sites, and many, many more. We help to empower youth to learn to meet their expectation and dreams and become highly skilled people. We implement several trainings, program webinar, and offline online courses for youth and learners by professional trainers, speakers, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kinds of youth and promote the education of their abilities and personalities. To ensure excellent and in-depth instruction, we organize with qualified trainer, speaker, and instructor. We extended free services to more than 3 million knowledge seekers in the last 3 years. We have affiliation with universities and organizations in 70 different countries. Virtual more signing with many colleges and organizations have been accomplished. We are working to create a legendary generation for future scholars and citizens who will be accountable. We are constantly prepared to assist all knowledge seekers with valuable service. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professional. We believe that knowledge is love and light and vision, so we try to understand and needs of today's generation and will serve them with good research and practice methods. We must have a genuine concern for the learner we represent. More diversity, growth, and innovation are required to lead a session with professionalism, passion, and integrity. IGP members are committed to offering effective, best quality service and continue improvement so that individual who seeks information can improve their skill level and value. Before we move to the next, let me remind, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let's remind, don't forget to share, tag, and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable for us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we already completed 1,159 webinars successfully. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we already completed 1,159 webinars successfully. Wow. At present, we are going to start 1,160 program named A Walkthrough to Google Jamboard and its various applications. And today our speaker is Sir Buenavides S. Giorgio J. Before I hand over the stage to Sir, I want to share a little bit about our speaker. Microsoft Education Ambassador 2021, Wakelet Ambassador, Wakelet Certified, Google Certified Educator Level 1 and 2, Adobe Certified Educator Level 1 and 2, Kami Certified Educator Level 1 and 2. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation. Now, very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation.
Hello, once again, good afternoon,
Hello,
ma'am.
sir. How are you?
It's okay, ma'am. Good afternoon, and to all the viewers, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, on behalf of IGP Knowledge Seeker, want to hear from you about you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so again, I'm Benavides P. Hironjo Jr., a public school teacher here in the Philippines and handling grade 10 science. And also, I'm the founder of Digital Tech Nation that offers free webinars. The same is true with Institute Global Professionals. And in fact, we are partnered with IGP. And also, I keep on dealing with webinars, okay, to different professional learning networks. Once again, dear viewers, thank you for having me here as your speaker for today's session. Okay. Allow me to
Thank
share
you
my.
so much, sir. Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
now the stage is yours. Please start your presentation.
Okay, so allow me to share my screen. Okay. So hopefully, my screen is very clear at your end. Okay. So before anything else,
Yes, sir,
let me
your
greet.
screen is visible and we can hear you properly. You can start your presentation.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. Hey, once again, good afternoon, everyone, and especially to the IGP admin, okay, Bangladesh, and to all the countries having the same time zones. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. That this session may reach. Okay? So again, my name is Benavides P. Hironjo Jr. I'm a public school teacher. Okay? Having with this micro achievements, okay? As ambassador, certified educator. Today, my topic is about a walkthrough to Google Jamboard and its various applications. So, a little glimpse of Google Jamboard. So, Google Jamboard is one of the productivity tools in Google, okay? In which it's available even if we are having our personal account only. Okay? So, it's free to use. Okay? So, nothing to worry in terms of payments. So, again, Google Jamboard is free. But since Google Jamboard is not so much introduced, okay, so very few of the educators know about Google Jamboard. So that is why I can say that Google Jamboard is one of the underrated Google productivity tools. Okay? But this time, you will know okay, how powerful Google Jamboard is and its various applications. Okay? So next one, okay, to have a guide, okay, as the target of our journey in this afternoon. So we have this session flow. So the first one, okay, we're setting objectives or target goals. And then the second one, kamustahan, is a sort of, so kamustahan is a Filipino term. It's a sort of knowing each other, okay, knowing my viewers, saying hi, saying hello, okay, to my viewers. Especially this is equally represented from different countries around the globe since IGP is globally recognized and um, globally sending a lot of trainings for all the knowledge seekers regardless of your location. Okay. Then the third one, discussion. So I will discuss some of the salient points in the Google Jamboard features, how to use manipulation, and a lot more. Then demonstration. So I will demonstrate okay, on how to use Google Jamboard, okay, especially in some technicalities, some creativity in using Google Jamboard in some ways. Okay? Then we'll have interactions. So interactions, that means that um, there are some instances that I will throw some questions, and then with your responses, I will be able to know okay, and connect my participants. Okay? So maybe it's time to continue. So again, these are the things we have to tackle under our session flow. Okay? That is it's like our roadmap, okay, where to go in this afternoon session entitled A Walkthrough to Google Jamboard and its various applications. Okay, so objectives number one, knowing its access points. Okay, we all know that Google Jamboard okay, has various access points. Okay, later on, I will show you some of the access points in Google Jamboard. Then the second one, understanding concepts on the use of Google Jamboard. Okay, so at least we'll know how to use this particular feature within the Google Jamboard. Okay, how it can maximize, especially in the field of teaching and in the field of learning and even in the industry. Okay, say for example, having a meeting, still we can use this Google Jamboard. And then Google Jamboard, the features of this productivity tool. Okay, so later on, you will know okay, what's the features of the Google Jamboard. And then last one, manipulating the uses of its features. Okay? So depending on your approach, okay, towards your learners if you are an educator, and also for collaboration, okay, you can use this one, the Google Jamboard, even students to students interaction, and even in the industry setting. Okay, so hopefully my objectives are really clear to you. Okay, so if it's clear, kindly type one in the message section. At this time, I will know if you are still connected with me because I'm having my share screen, so that means I can no longer see your responses. So maybe our dear moderator, okay, can give us a feedback from time to time. Okay. So again, type one if still we are in the same page. Okay. So how to access? So in accessing Google Jamboard, we can use our browser, okay, particularly in the Omnibox, by typing jam.new. Okay. So again, in our browser, particularly in Omnibox, okay, we can type jam.new. So it will open a new Google Jamboard, okay, for us to remix, okay, whatever the contents of our Google Jamboard may have. Okay. Then second one, okay, using our Google Apps launcher, once we log in our email, so we'll see these things. So for a while, let me use first my magnifier. So this at least if it's needed for me to magnify part of my discussion. Okay. Okay. So particularly this side. Okay. So it's part of your email. Okay. Once you open your email, so it's um one of the things that you can see this part. Okay. The Google App Launcher. Okay. Then we'll find it here. The nine dots, also known as the waveform menu or the Google Apps Launcher. Okay, so there, regardless you're using your personal account or your license account. Okay, once you click that one, okay, there are icons or logos that you will see. Okay, those are the Google productivity tools that we can use for free, and one of which is this one. Okay, the Google Jamboard, which is our main topic of this session. Okay. So that's the second one in accessing our Google Jamboard. So as next we have this last one. Okay. So another option in opening our Google Jamboard, okay, if we are using our Google Drive. So once you log in your Google account, then you can open your Google Drive, and then within your Google Drive, you can press this part. Okay. Click the plus sign, new, meaning you have to open for certain productivity tool, and these are the things that you can use. Okay, so it's there. Once you click new, okay, so it will open, but you have to press this portion. Okay, new, then it will open, and then click more. Okay, after clicking more, okay, you will find Google Jamboard, so that it's time for you to use now depending on your purpose. Okay, then for the user, you can use your mobile device. Okay, just download the Google Jamboard, okay, in your device, and then you can use. Okay, so at this point, dear viewers, okay, so kamustahan? Okay, it's like a sort of recognizing each other. Okay, so very simple. Okay, you can write book if you are an elementary educator, and then you can write module for junior high school educator, and then you can type calculator for senior high school educator, and lens for tertiary educator, and notebook for non-educators. So I hope you can join with me. So the next slide, okay, we'll have a Slido. Okay, so you will open in your browser by typing in your browser slido.com, okay, so that we can interact. And I may know my viewers. Okay, so slido.com, and then input 2488944, and then provide your answer. If you are an elementary educator, so type book for junior high school module, and then For senior high school, calculator, and then for tertiary educator, lens, and then notebook for non-educators. So hopefully, we can maximize our poll via our slido.com. So we're using this active poll, and it's no need to get out, okay? Even with the use of this Google Slides, okay? So go ahead, my dear participants and viewers. Okay, so please participate this active poll. So again, slido.com in your browser. Then afterwards, key in this number 2488944. Okay, so maybe 1 to 2 minutes. Yeah, I will wait. Okay, so go ahead, dear viewers. Please participate. Okay, okay, go ahead, go ahead. Okay, so very good. Okay, module. So we have a junior high school educator. Very good. Okay, how about others? So again, maybe 1 to 2 minutes or 3 minutes. Okay, at least I may know my participants. Okay, so we have notebook. We have, okay, so again for non-educators. Okay, so type notebook. Okay, so we have two non-educators. Okay, very good. Then module. Okay, so junior high school. So meaning if it changes its size, so meaning there are multiple participants that are junior high school. Okay, so we have elementary educator. Okay, book. Then we have senior high school educator also, calculator. Okay, very good. Okay. Now the book changes its size, so that means okay, so it's more than one. Okay, elementary educator. Okay, go on. Okay, go ahead, go ahead. It's nice that we're able to participate. So we have 8 participants, and then there are 2 still typing. Okay, calculator, very good. Senior high school educators. Okay, so another for non-educators. Thank you so much for coming in here, joining us. Although you're not educators, maybe freelancers or students or whatever. Okay. Again, thank you so much for joining us here in the Institute of Global Professionals afternoon session. Okay. Okay, someone still writing. Okay, very good. Okay, so I'm so glad you're able to participate. So 12 participants. Okay, more. Okay, more participants. Okay, so at least I have this little idea who are my participants this afternoon, and a very participative and active viewers. Okay, so thank you so much. And some of the names in the message section. Okay, I've seen there. There are my uh, viewers or participants also in some of my sessions here in the Philippines. Okay? Because here in the Philippines, I'm so active in dealing with live sessions, okay, webinar sessions for teachers and even for non educators. Okay, so I'm just sharing what I have, okay, for free to our educators. Okay, okay, shout out to Sir Alex Javier and to Sir Dennis Serso. Okay, very active viewers and participants in my sessions here in the Philippines. Okay, okay, very good. Okay, so at this, the biggest one is module. So that means mostly of my viewers today are junior high school educators. Okay, followed by elementary educators. Okay, so nevertheless, okay, so I'm so glad that you're able to participate this very nice interaction. Okay, so as part of my session flow. Okay, now discussions. Okay, so we'll have little discussions or a short glimpse of this Google Jamboard. Okay. Now, question is, how familiar are you with Google Jamboard? Okay. How familiar are you with the Google Jamboard? Are you familiar with Google Jamboard? Hey, by the way, this is the logo for Google Jamboard. Okay. So how familiar are you with Google Jamboard? So you maybe you can use our message section there for providing your answers. Okay. So hopefully a lot of you are familiar with Google Jamboard. Okay. But if not, don't worry. It's because that is our topic for this afternoon. Okay. Next one. So what is a Google Jamboard? Okay. So again, what is a Google Jamboard? So Google Jamboard is a digital whiteboard that lets you collaborate in real time using either the Jamboard device, web browser, or mobile app. Okay. So try to imagine traditional whiteboard. If it performs well in terms of the teaching learning process, okay, how much more for a digital whiteboard like this, Google Jamboard, which is free to use, and then a very powerful one because in terms of collaboration, it's in real time. And in other countries, my dear viewers, there are countries, especially in US, they are using jumbo devices in which it's like a television set that has its stand with tires that you can push or pull, okay, during your discussion. Okay, so instead of getting inside our Google Jamboard via our account or web browser mobile app, but rather they are directly using this jumbo device. Okay, so that's a good thing. Okay? And there's a stylus pen wherein you can write directly, and it's very good, especially if, for example, you're dealing with math subject. Okay, so discussing a certain formula, okay, derivation of formula. So it's a nice one, okay? Because instead of erasing after writing, okay, it will be saved because it has 20 frames for the Google Jamboard. Okay, so later on, you will know, okay, what are those 20 frames that I've mentioned. Okay, then how about this one? What other digital interactive whiteboard app you are using? Again, what other digital interactive whiteboard app you are using? Okay, okay, so you can still use our active poll in slido.com. Okay, so you can type, okay, what's your answer? Other type of interactive whiteboard aside from Google Jamboard. Okay, so let's see. Because I know there's a lot of whiteboard app coming out in the internet, okay, especially during the onset of pandemic. Okay, there's a lot of edtech tools coming out, okay, meaning there's wide array of options to choose from. So depending on the educators, okay, which among those options, okay, for him or her is very effective. So again, using our active pool, okay, what other whiteboard, interactive whiteboard app, okay, interactive whiteboard applications you are using aside from Google Jamboard, or you're using that type of interactive whiteboard because you don't know what or how to use Google Jamboard. Okay, so Google Meet whiteboard. Okay, that is the Google Jamboard. Okay, so for the information of everyone, so the Google Meet whiteboard, it's the Google Jamboard. Okay, and then it will open, okay, depending on what account you're using in your Google Meet. Okay, so personal account or license account. Okay, none. Okay, so it's very nice, their viewers in using whiteboard, especially in having academic engagement with our learners. It's because you will be able to solicit their ideas within the certain Jamboard in which you as educator, the students will see their answers, okay, without logging in another application. Okay, so meaning you are interacting or collaborating in a certain Google productivity tool. Okay, because again, Google Jamboard is a very powerful one. Okay, so Google Classroom, okay, Blackboard, okay, Kahoot. Okay, so another edtech tool. Okay, so Kahoot. Okay, other answers. Okay, so we have, okay, most of your answers are none. Okay, so that means um, you're not fond of using interactive whiteboard. Okay, because one benefit of having an interactive whiteboard is no need to prepare certain material, okay, made of paper or whatsoever. So it's paperless, so meaning pro-environmental. Okay? So without, because after using that, say for example, here in the Philippines, a lot of using what we call as Manila paper. So after using, so what will happen? Okay, if you cannot maximize it for the following years, so it's part of the garbage. Okay, but if you're using interactive whiteboard, okay, so you can save and then you can share to your learners, okay, in just one link, all throughout the sections or all throughout the population, okay, of your class. Okay, so next one. So why using Google Jamboard? Okay, so number one, their viewers, it spark real-time education and collaboration. Okay, so it's very nice to have a real-time collaboration. Okay? Say for example, opening for a new topic and then you want to know their previous knowledge, the stock knowledge, or even a solicitation of their ideas regarding the concepts, okay, or the topic you are discussing in today's lesson. Okay, at a very instant of time, okay, you will know how they participate, okay, how they behave in your class, and also you will know the level of thinking they have. Okay, at least the next time, okay, you can shift or you can adjust, okay, your approach to them. Okay, so say for example, this particular section with their responses, okay, using Google Jamboard, you notice, wow, these are very nice responses coming from this section compared to the other one. Okay, so it's not the purpose of comparing students or section to section, but rather with your approaches, okay, methods is the strategies, okay, and how to adjust next time, because you know this type of section in terms of participation, in terms of level of thinking, okay, so they have this higher level. Okay, now second one, it gives every student a voice regardless of their level. Okay, so meaning even elementary level case, you can use Google Jamboard. Okay, and there are cases, my dear viewers, even in my experience, okay, for more than 10 years of teaching, there are students that even the type or the manner of calling a certain student for interaction, there are a lot of students shy to participate. Okay? They're not fond of sharing their ideas, but they have these ideas. Okay? So meaning you could say more introvert. Okay? So they're not showy, but they have these brilliant ideas. Okay? So there's a lot of students like that, and they will participate more if you're just asking their participation, okay, by means of typing, by means of um, writing, okay? Say for example, strips, okay, and then pass it on in front and then reading it. So instead of using that one, you will use a Google Jamboard. Okay, so you will know, okay, what's the idea of the particular student. Okay, for you it seems he's not participating, but that's the way how he or she participate in the class. Okay, now simple as a whiteboard but smarter. Okay, so yes, it's a very simple because it's whiteboard. Okay, so try to imagine again, traditional whiteboard, but smarter in the sense because it performs more than what we think as a whiteboard, because you can put pictures, you can put sticky note, okay, you can put text, you can draw, you can write, you can show problems, okay, how to solve this problem in a certain steps. Okay, so that's how good Google Jamboard, okay, as interactive whiteboard, but in a smarter one. Okay, then the fourth one, share ideas during brainstorming or lectures. So say for example, grouping activities for a certain learners, and then you're having this type of approach, okay, discovery approach, for example. Okay, so giving a different scenarios for these learners. Okay, so they will brainstorm, okay, instead of writing their answers in strips and then pasting it on the board in front. Okay, but rather by the use of Google Jamboard. Okay, so you will assign them a certain Jamboard, and then show it in front of the class in your laptop or PC, and then connected in a certain TV set. So you can show to them. Okay, and also it's a big boosting of interest, wherein you're allowing learners to show their answers. Okay, especially this type of um, EdTech tool. Okay, so aside of challenging them, we are also teaching them to be ICT literate. Okay, so that's one of our purpose also. Okay, so not just teaching on a single aspect. Okay, then last one, students can jump anywhere. Yes, since it's good for collaboration and it's an online tool, so free online tool. So they can use Google Jamboard anywhere. So say for example, having remediation, okay, so remedial class for some student that needs um, serious attention. Okay, so say for example, they're in a certain place or at home. So still, you can extend your mile or your hand or support for your students. Okay? Regardless of, say for example, you have this PWD students, okay, that cannot go to school. So as part of inclusivity, okay, inclusive education, you can still discuss them. You can still use Google Jamboard for them to learn. Okay, so aside instead of using virtual conference. Okay, so technology is greatly transforming. So how work and learn. Okay, so this is the last question within my slide. Okay, that will ask your responses. Okay, so again, with the use of slido.com, the same code 2488944. Technology is greatly transforming. So how work and learn? Okay? We all know there's a very big transformation of technology. So with that big transformation or huge transformation, so how we can work and learn with that very fast transformation of technology. Okay? Especially during the onset of pandemic, that's the very nice evidence that the transformation of technology is so huge, okay, that it really helps educators despite, okay, the distance learning education, the hybrid learning, okay, so on and so forth. Okay, technology play great part in that situation, and even until now, since we are in the new normal. Okay, so there are schools having this half of the week face to face, and then another half of the week is homeschooling. Okay, so distance learning. Okay, so we have this participant, okay, typing in. So hopefully it's not only one. So hopefully more participants. Okay, so one participant typing. So technology is greatly transforming. So how work and learn. Okay. So I'm waiting for your answers, and I'm also excited to know your answers. Okay, so be interactive. So say for example, learning. So be interactive, meaning interactive. Always involve your students. Okay, in the teaching learning process. Okay, don't let them as recipients of your words alone. Although in some cases it's effective also, but you have to find time also that these learners will uh, collaborate, interact. That is why we have to be interactive in our approaches. And even in work, say for example, having this instant meeting, okay, because of the new problem arises, and say for example, sales agent in the field, still you can connect with them, okay, with the use of some technologies. Okay, so engage with technology. So good thing we have to engage with technology. Okay, we have to make our learners, okay, ICT literate. Okay? So we have to teach them in the use of technology, because whether we like it or not, after their years in school, okay, they will go to industry, okay, finding for job. then how can they cope up with that trends if they are not really trained in school with the use of this technology? Okay, facilitating and learning from home, sharing information virtually. Okay, so especially in this answer, sharing information. So we have to teach also our learners on how to filter how to filter information or facts. Okay, that are really beneficial to them, and also the sources. Okay, they must know the sources if it's not fake or fake. Okay, so must have to teach them, okay, on how to know that one. Communication and collaboration with other professionals. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so just like what we are doing right now, so we are having this communication and collaboration with other professionals. Okay, so it's one way. Okay, teaching ourselves, okay, professionals to other professionals. Okay, so just like this one. So at this point, I will be your speaker, but time will come that I will be your participant also. Okay, so especially I'm fun in attending this IGP sessions. Okay, so two participants typing. Okay, so increase engagement and productivity. Okay, so so much better to have to again. So it is better to increase the engagement and productivity of our learners at work. Okay, with the use of technology or engagement and productivity, okay, will be more effective if we are using activity. Okay, so just try to imagine. Okay, so long before communication, okay, you can communicate by means of using device, okay, by just calling only or pager. But now there's a lot of ways on how to communicate others. Okay, okay. So hopefully more answers, okay, because only still five. Okay, and maybe it's understandable because in there are participants that are using only one device. So say for example they're using cell phone, so it's hard for them also to open another tab, okay, by answering this using slido.com. But they're using multiple device, so much better. Okay, okay, so that's a good one. Okay. So again, thank you so much for your participation, dear viewers. So I'm so glad, okay, that you have this brilliant ideas. Okay? And at this point, I could say myself also that I have this participants, okay, in terms of learning. Okay, you have this profound knowledge. Okay, technology has also made our lives easier, faster, better, and more fun. Okay? Yes. Okay. Say for example a simple concept. Okay, globalization. Okay, so try to imagine globalization without technology. Okay, is it possible globalization without technology? So, say for example, putting informations or products or services without technology. Okay, so try to imagine that one. Okay, so it's just a simple globalization without technology. Okay, okay, does it boom just like right now? So I think it's not. Fast learning is achieved because of technology. Somehow, still we need to keep up the traditional way in certain times. Yeah. You cannot take away all the traditional ways because there are traditional ways that are still effective until right now. Okay. Say for example in teaching, you cannot take out traditional teaching by replacing technology. Okay. Open-mindedness to new concepts and change. So that's a very good attitude. Okay. Open-mindedness to new concepts and change, especially if the trends or the situation really needs. Okay, say for example, you are a public school teacher, and then with the during the onset of pandemic, if you're not open-minded in the use of virtual conferences on how to connect with your learners, depending on the different types of modes you're using, regardless if distance learning, offline or online. Okay, so how are you able to continue teaching if you're not open-minded? Okay, so that's a very concrete example. Okay, now Jamboard offers unique capabilities that enable this skill. So we have to spark this different skills. Number one, problem solving. So Jamboard provides a shared platform for team brainstorming and planning. Okay, so say for example, a certain problem to be solved within the industry or the academy, okay, you can use Google Jamboard. Okay, maybe there are some of the members among the group. You can provide very nice answers or allow them to provide answers and then find answers that are what we call as um, a sort of collaboration or consolidated ideas, okay, forming into one solution coming from these ideas. So it's one way. Then another thing is teamwork. Okay, so we all know teamwork is a very um, important formula. Okay? So Jamboard enables collaboration both inside and outside the classroom. Yes. Okay, so for example, you're giving your students, okay, certain grouping activities that they can work on in their house. So it's no longer a collaboration inside the classroom, but rather it's outside the classroom. And even in the industry, okay? So say for example, you're trying to innovate your services. How? Okay, so you have to brainstorm. Okay, so try to imagine their viewers a certain food chain before they're just using a traditional way of serving orders, but there's a certain food chain that they have this robots that will bring your orders. Okay, it will just give you this particular electronic device in which if it's your turn, okay, it will sound, okay, informing you that your order is ready. So the robots will bring your orders without standing there, waiting there, falling in line again, but rather the robots will find your area or position. Then you will get your order. So that's one way. Then communication. Jamboard is integrated with Google Hangouts, allowing for real-world connections. Okay, so Google Hangouts also is also one of the powerful productivity tool in Google. Okay, so in terms of communication, okay, you can still Jamboard. Okay, aside from Google Hangouts and even our um, Google Meet. Okay, so you can use a Google Jamboard. Then critical thinking. So critical thinking is one of what we call as mostly, okay, mentioned terms, especially if we're talking about productivity tools, edtech tools. Jamboard makes learning visible and accessible to all collaborators on the jam session. Okay, so for example, there's a certain activity. Okay, you want all to be collaborators. So later on, I will allow you to be collaborators. Okay, in my certain activity. Okay, so Jamboard makes learning visible, okay, because I and you will see your responses in inside the Google Jamboard, and it will be accessible to all collaborators. Okay. Then creativity. Jamboard supports learning in subjects that benefit from more flexibility than traditional file types. Okay, so later on, you will see how I will maximize creativity in using Google Jamboard. Okay, in some aspects. Okay. Then literacy. Jamboard enables differentiated literacy challenges. Yes, we're helping our learners or our colleagues in improving their literacy skills, okay, especially using technology. Okay, because Jamboard is borderless in terms of using. Okay, you cannot say that it's for high school only, it's for college only, for professionals only, but in different levels. Okay, so now join me. Okay, so let us walk through Google Jamboard. Okay, so kindly type to in our message section. Okay, if you're excited to join with me in walking through the Google Jamboard. Okay, so again, type to. Okay, so let me open my Jamboard. Huh? Okay, so let me open first my Google Jamboard. So I prepared this Jamboard, and then I've discussed this many times in some webinars. Okay, okay, so for a while, so I will type okay, so maybe I will use this one. Okay, insert. So instead of using this, so I will change this one as okay country. Okay, then let me increase the size. Okay, okay, okay. So let me move this one, the upper part, and adjust the size. Okay, so for a while. Okay, allow me to okay. So before anything else, let's have a little agreement since we are now in walkthrough of Google Jamboard. So our arrangement will be it start with horizontal movement, then vertical movement. Okay? So meaning, okay. So from here, going to the side first. Okay. Then afterwards, okay, from here going there. So horizontal and vertical movement in terms of discussion in walking through of the Google Jamboard. Okay, so am I clear? Okay, so hopefully it's clear. Okay, so going back, so first we have this undo, and then we have this redo. So it's not a big deal for us. Then next one is okay, the changing of your size. Okay, you can fit. Okay, zoom in, zoom out. Okay, and then you can also using this shortcuts. Okay, so control alt 1, so 25, so that's 1 to 4, so 25, 50, 100, 200, and then zoom in, zoom out. Okay, so you can press control alt plus minus, then control alt plus plus. Okay, then for the backgrounds, okay, you have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, choices. Okay, but I'm using this one right now. Okay, if you want to use this one, okay, you can use then this one. Okay, so maybe depending on your purpose, if you are using this one, okay, for a certain math interactions, or even this one you're using, or even this one. Okay, or you can use this one. Okay, putting a certain image in your um, Jamboard. Okay, so in your frame. Okay, so if you click that one, okay, so we'll open this certain portion, okay, asking for a certain file, if it's to be uploaded or link, or even from your webcam, Google Images, Google Drive, Google Photos. Okay, so if you will upload, so you can use browse, and then select for a certain files you want to choose. Then say for example this one, so you can click open, and then it will be loaded in your frame. Okay, so this one. So this is the first one. So this one is what they call as frame. So in Google Jamboard, there are 20 frames. Okay, so notice this one. Okay, so this one. Okay, so 1 over 20. So that means there are only 20 frames. Okay, in one jam. Okay, The next one, we have this Google Meet. Okay, so meaning it's being integrated now, Google Meet in our Google Jamboard. And then there's three dots. Okay, so you can download as PDF, save a frame as image, or remove, then make a copy, or get help. Okay, send feedback to Google, save version history. Then for collaboration, okay, you can click share. Then depending on your purpose, if it will be restricted, okay, meaning the only person you can open, those are persons within the domain alone. Okay, just like in us, we have this a domain here in the Philippines. Okay, so only those persons having the same domain, okay, can open this jam, or even anyone with the link. Okay, then you can change. Okay, so if anyone with the link, so for anyone with the link, depending their viewers for your purpose. If it's for viewer only or editor. So if you want editor, so meaning anyone can be a collaborator. Okay. Then once you're done, you copy link and then click done. Okay. And then this one, okay, your profile avatar. Okay. So once you click that one, okay, so it will tell okay, the type of Google account you're using. So in my case, I'm using this personal account. Okay, so we're now in the vertical. Okay. So for the vertical side, okay, so we have this one. Okay, so pen. Then we have this choices. Okay, so it can be for a pen, marker, a highlighter, brush, and then the following colors. Okay, one, two, three, four, five, six. So there are six colors, and then this one for your eraser, and then select, and then sticky note. Okay. So once you click sticky note, okay, so you can type, and then you can choose also color. Okay, so if you want to use this color, okay, so depending on in your choice, this one, or none. Okay, but much better you have to choose a certain color. So for example, yellow, and then you can type. Okay, hi there, viewers. Okay, then click save. Then you can reposition your response. Okay, so maybe you can put there, here. Okay, and then once you are done, so if you want to make changes, okay, so you can click three dots. So edit, okay, duplicate, okay, delete, or order. Okay, so it depends upon okay what will be your actions. Okay, now our very first activity, their viewers. Okay, so this is a sort of knowing. Okay, our, say for example, dealing with your learners. Okay, knowing their emotions. Okay, so these are emoticons. So what you will do is just right click and then control C, and then put it on the second frame. So control V. Then you can resize, and then sticky note. Okay, so click sticky note. Okay, so say for example, from okay, Benavides. Okay, then save. Okay, so it's a very nice collaboration. Okay, so you're happy from Benavides. Okay, so at this point, I will get this link. So anyone with a link, and then change this into from viewer to editor. So that means I'm allowing all of you to be editor, and then please take note. Okay, so don't erase anything, but rather just wait my instructions. Okay, so copy link, then done. So I will put it in our message section. Okay, so hopefully our so maybe I will use shortener, much better. Okay, it's easy. Okay. Okay, so let me sign in. Okay, so the very purpose, my dear viewers, because it's quite long in terms of link, so we'll put the link there, and then so jam dash um, interact. Okay, so I will put this in the private message. Okay, so moderator, kindly put this link in our message section so that they can click directly with this link and then they can interact. And in Google Jamboard, maybe I will use this one. Okay, so the text. Okay, okay. So I will adjust. Okay, so ed. Okay, I will adjust, and then into smaller one. Okay. So again, okay, so that's our link. It's TTPS. Okay, I will make it bigger for as of now so that you will see. So you can type in your browser. Okay, it's TTPS. Okay, colon double forward slash tinyurl.com, then single forward slash jam dash interact. Okay, so that I will have this collaborators. Okay, so hopefully it's in our message section. Okay, okay, everyone. Hopefully you are following with me. Okay, so I will know you are in our Google Jamboard because there are icons there or avatars, profile avatars in the above portion. Okay, so again, tinyurl.com slash jam.interact. Okay, I'm waiting you, dear viewers. Okay, so hopefully I'm clear with my instruction. Okay, so I put it okay just above. Okay, so please do collaborate with me. Okay, so we have this the first one. Okay, so Mink. Okay, so what you will do is proceed, click this arrow first. Okay, select a certain emoticon from frame number one. Don't move, but rather just right click and then Control C. Okay, then proceed to next frame and then Control V. Okay, so Control V. So again, right click and then Control C, then proceed to second one, Control V. Okay, so let me refresh first. Okay, so hopefully more collaborators will participate right now in our Google Jamboard. Okay, by this activity, how are you? Okay, just a very short activity. Okay, by asking your learners emotion, and it's a for them, the viewers. Okay, for them it's a big therapy for us connecting with them, asking okay, what are the feelings right now, how they are. Okay, maybe there's a big or a little problem at home and they need to be comforted. So by this activity, okay, so it's a sort of making their feelings light from what they are having at home. Okay, so say for example, in love, happy, great, fine. So just a simple emoticon, just a simple activity. Okay, connecting our learners. Okay, so again, hopefully the link is in our message section. Okay, okay. So going back, okay, I need more participants. Okay. Okay, so proceed to this arrow, okay, for the next frame, and put your emoticons there. Okay, and then with the use of this use of this sticky note, okay, can we type, okay, your name, okay, with your permission. Okay, okay, so mhm, mhm. Okay, so don't move that one. So again, get a certain emoticon. Okay, right click, Control C, and then the second page, Control V. Okay, so that I may know, okay, how you participate this certain activity. See, so it's like part of emotional learning. Okay, so it's a very beneficial activity, which is emotional learning. Okay, so very short activity. Okay, it's part of your breaking the ice, okay, from your students. Okay, so next one, so you can use this one, okay, text box or our sticky note. Okay, from, okay, which country are you from? Okay, so cite your country. Okay, so which country are you from? So I will click edit. Okay, okay, so which country are you from? Okay, so you can use the sticky note, my dear viewers. Okay, so which country are you from in this activity? So I will know also, okay, so which countries my viewers are coming from. Okay, okay, go ahead. Okay, so you can use again sticky note. Okay, so for example, this one. Okay, so in my case, I am from, okay, Philippines. Okay, then I will change the size, and then I will position my answer there. Okay, very good. Okay, so Philippines. Okay, oh, okay, so don't take out the words. The question, which country are you from? Okay, so please don't change anything so that we can continue discussing. Okay, so just control Z. So please be mindful of your actions in using Google Jamboard. Okay, okay, you might delete it or take out some of the contents. Okay, so which country are you from? So we have Philippines. Okay, so continue. Then another thing. Okay, so okay, going back. Okay, so in science also. Okay, so we can use this one. Okay, okay, so let me change the size. Okay, so in science also. Okay, for say for example, the topic is scientific method. Okay, so the problem is immiscibility of water and oil. Okay, so what's your hypothesis? Okay, so for example, class, we have this activity. Okay, so part of scientific method. So say for example, you're allowing this frame number one. Okay, so group number one for frame number one. Okay, what's your answer for hypothesis? Or group one for hypothesis, group two for experiment, group three for analysis, or group four for solution. Okay. So again, the problem is immiscibility of water and oil, meaning oil and water cannot be mixed in a natural way. Okay. So how about hypothesis? Okay. What can be your hypothesis, class? So this particular topic using Google Jamboard. Okay. So oil is immiscible than water. Okay. Okay. So immiscible. Okay. Don't move. Don't move. Okay. Okay. Don't move my dear viewer. Okay. So don't move the image. Okay. You are asked only to give your answer. Okay. So we have this one. So I will put this in hypothesis. So maybe this is your answer in hypothesis. Or rather, you will say there is immiscibility of water and oil, okay, due to density. Okay. So it can be it's because of density. Okay. So that's your initial idea, your hypothesis. Then you will conduct a certain experiment. Then with that experiment, you can have your basis for analysis. And then in that analysis, you can provide solutions, okay, for the immiscibility of water. So meaning how you can mix water and oil. Okay, is there a certain process, okay, or external method that you can use for the immiscibility of water and oil? Okay, so it can be one. Okay, so that's one way of engaging our learners with the use of Google Jamboard. Then another thing, okay, the KWL chart. Okay, knowledge, want to know what I learned. Okay, so let's use directly Google Jamboard. Okay, what's your knowledge on Google Jamboard? Okay, so provide your answer with the use of sticky note or this one. Okay, so for example, okay, I will write this one. Or I will use this one. Okay, so for example, your answer is none. In terms of knowledge, Google Jamboard, none. Okay, so want to know? Okay, so for example, features. Okay, what are the features of Google Jamboard? So it can be like that. Okay, then you can also change the color and then also, okay, the size of your text. Okay, then what I have learned. Okay, so it's your end now on how to provide answer with that portion. Okay, so what I learned. That's KWL chart. Then another thing, okay, regular or irregular verbs. Okay, this is very common in elementary level. Okay, so for example, I'm using Google, the sticky note. Okay, so say for example, agree. Okay, okay, I will resize agree. Now, in my thinking, so which among this one, regular or irregular verbs? Okay, so this is agree. So the past tense of agree is agreed. Okay, so nothing is changed. It's only added with D. So I will put regular verbs. Okay. Then for the green one, okay, I will use, okay, the word swim. So this time swim. So I can put this in irregular verbs. Yes, because the past tense of swim is not swim. Okay. So that's one way of knowing our learners after our discussions, a sort of knowing our learners if they understand or not, or if which part, okay, need to be retouched. Okay, so that's one way, okay, of knowing our task or our objectives within the day, if it's completed, okay, or not. Okay, so say for example, part of your objectives in your day's lesson. Okay, so identify, okay, the correct words, okay, or the correct past tense word of a certain verb. Okay, so it can be like that. Okay, so the use of Google Jamboard. Okay, so it's a very powerful one. Okay, and then once you're done, so say for example you're done, so you can click share, and then anyone with the link, but a viewer as a sort of learning materials, as a sort of studying materials. Okay, then Venn diagram. Okay, so you can use Venn diagram, so differences and then similarities. So think for a certain word, okay, so or a certain discussion. So say for example, social studies. After discussing social studies, okay, so which characteristics or traits that Asians having similar. So what are these similar traits of Asians, and what are these differences in terms of traits among the Asians? It can be like that. Okay. Then reflection, remembering. Okay. So first, list three things you learned today. So again, uh, so the same. Our topic is Google Jamboard. Since I'm discussing Google Jamboard. Okay. So resize. Okay. So click edit. Okay. So this one. Then you can resize. Okay. Okay. So since the topic is Google Jamboard, so list three things you learned today. Okay, so first, second, third thing. Then next one, okay, word. Okay, so think for a word. So say for example, my dear viewers, the word is very simple. Okay, so the word is very simple. It's just hindrance. Okay, so what are these words that we can associate with hindrance that are synonyms, or you can put on the upper part as antonyms of hindrance and then draw a picture. Okay, so it can be like that. So that's one way of a while ago I'm talking about critical thinking and then creativity under the use of Google Jamboard. And then next one, a POE, the predict, observe, explain. So it's very common in science. So say for example a certain paper. Okay, so for example this one. So if I will ask the learners, okay, what will happen class if this paper will be released at my hands? Okay, so what do you think will happen? Okay, so give them time first, okay, to give their predictions. Then afterwards, okay, observe. Okay, so what's your observation? Okay, what's your observation? Okay, then what do you think that it goes like that? Okay, explain. Or how about class if I will crumple this paper, the same paper? Okay, what will happen if I will release this paper? Okay, allow them to give their answer. What about if I will release this? Please observe well. Hmm. What happened to the paper? Then give explanation why. So maybe some of the answers will, some of the words will be involved in their answers. Maybe air resistance. Okay. So there's a certain term now, air resistance. So you will discuss. Okay, what is air resistance? How does it affect? Okay. So it's one way of um, challenging, engaging our learners. A very simple activity with the use of Google Jamboard. Okay. Then also brainstorm. Okay. So maybe reading them a certain passage. Okay, so what do you think is the problem in the story, or what's the conflict in the story? Okay, so giving their ideas. Okay, so from their answers, okay, what can be your plan in that problem or in that conflict? If you are part of the story, or if you will be asked, okay, a certain solution. So what can be the solution of the problem in the story or the conflict of the story? Okay, then my idea brainstorm. Okay, so depending on the type of topic, okay, or problem solving. Okay, so this one, okay, so attaining, okay, for I let me adjust. Okay, so click edit. Okay, how about if the topic is okay, so the problem now, my dear viewers, is attaining sustainable development. Okay, so again, the problem is attaining sustainable development. Okay, what do you know already? Circle important parts. Okay, so what do you know about sustainable development? Okay, what's your plan on this? As a simple citizen, okay, how can you help attaining sustainable development? How can you solve this problem? Okay, so that's one way. Then another thing, okay, derivation of formula. So say for example, okay, so I will use this one. Rather use highlighter and then this one. Okay, so say for example, this one, okay, formula for mass is equals to force is equals to mass times acceleration. So how about if we're looking for acceleration class? Okay, what can be the process? Okay, so maybe you can say, so I will use red now for the solution. Okay, so still, so let me use first the laser. Okay, we are now looking class for acceleration from this formula. So there are three components of the formula: the force, mass, and acceleration. So what if I'm looking for this one? Okay, so what's the first or the steps? Okay, so you have to find a certain way class in which there's two components, okay, one of which will be eliminated where only this one will remain. So meaning you have to cancel this one. But how can you cancel mass? Okay, so going back, okay, so you have to divide class mass both sides so that you can cancel. Okay, so going back to white, so we have now acceleration is equals to, okay, force over m, okay, or mass. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so that's part of a derivation of formula. Okay, so that's under using the Google Jamboard in a very powerful way. Okay, so it is just a simple formula. Okay, so at least despite the distance, for example, having this distance learning, or without erasing those writings on the board that you cannot pass to your learners and for reviewing. So why not using Google Jamboard as to be a more powerful engagement for your learners? Okay, so hopefully I've done my part well. Okay, so let me stop my sharing. So hopefully I've done my sharing well in terms of um, using this Google Jamboard in engagement with your learners, meaning for your academic engagement for your learners or even from in the industry. Okay, so within a certain company. Okay, so again, I do hope that I did my part well for you to understand and know the powerful features and the salient points in using Google Jamboard. Okay, dear moderators, I'm done with my this demonstrations. So maybe I will proceed in the Q&A after this. Okay, go ahead, go ahead. So, dear viewers, kindly, dear viewers,
Dan aku
kindly,
tulis sebentar biji.
in terms of my discussion, okay, can you give me certain rate out of 5? Okay, how can you rate my session this afternoon? Okay, out of 5. Okay, can you give me a certain rate,
Thank
my
you
dear
so much.
viewers? Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seeker surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP Knowledge Seeker. Once again, thank you so much, dear sir, for your presentation. Now, sir, it's time for our question answer session, which is one of the more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable sir, please stay with us. After a short video, we will back in our session part 2, which is question answer part. Dear
Yes,
IGP
ma'am.
Knowledge Seeker,
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Hi, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you wants to know from our speaker. Thank you. After questions, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a winner certification and online quiz competition. Welcome back, sir. Welcome back to our participant. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Once again, good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, viewers.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, our first question is from DM Managan. Is there a limit to the number of participants allowed to interact on the link of Google Jamboard?
Um, in terms of limitations, okay, number one, for the frames, there are 20 frames. And then for the participants to use the sticky note, there are 25 characters to be used. But based on my experience in terms of participation, okay, maybe I didn't reach the limit because 30 plus is still I have this participants. So as of now, I don't have a concrete numbers as to specific numbers in terms of numbers of participants. Okay, but in my experience, okay, so 30 plus still receive responses coming from my students. Okay, but only I know concrete is only the number of characters in sticky note and number of frames. But number of participants don't have a concrete number yet. Okay.
Answer. So our next question is from Flami. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sir. How is
Uh,
Jamboard different from Google site? What is the pros and cons of Google Jamboard? Thank you.
okay. So Google Slides is because there are two questions in this particular person. Okay, Google Slides the same with or equivalent to PowerPoint. So it's very good in presentations. Okay, so as the limit a number of slides, okay, no limit. But for Google Jamboard, okay, so if you want to use this as your slide, there's a limit of only 20 frames. So what if you're having this slides more than 20? So that's one problem. Then another thing, I could say cons of the Google Jamboard, it's online. Okay, so you cannot use that as offline. But the pros, okay, there's a lot of pros of Google Jamboard. So creativity, critical thinking, literacy, you can a lot more. You can maximize it, okay? Especially challenging or dealing with your learners. Okay? So it's very powerful. But so as to cons again, since it's one of the Google productivity tools, and we all know productivity tools of Google are online. Okay, so that's one. So how about if there's no internet? So how can you use it? So that's one. Okay, so you have that limitation. Okay. Okay, that's all, ma'am. My answer. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir, for your answer. So our
Yes,
next
ma'am.
question is from Evelyn. Good afternoon, sir. Can teachers see who posts on Jamboard? Thank you.
Okay. So in terms of history, okay, so a while ago, you see on the upper part, okay, anonymous avatars. Okay, it's because I'm giving you the link in our message section, and then you click it. So in terms of knowing, so it's hard for the teacher. So the very best way, my dear viewers, in looking at who are these participants, so get the link and then send the link, okay, directly to the email. Okay, so you must have the list of emails of your students at least within their email. So instead of the anonymous avatars, you will see their names and their profile pictures if they are using profile pictures in their Google account. Okay, that's how to combat, okay, this anonymous avatars. Okay, so again, send directly towards their email. Okay, that's the very best way so that you will know who are those participants. Okay, so hopefully I provide my
Once
answers
again,
well
thank you.
for your questions. Okay, ma'am, go ahead.
Once again, thank you so much, Honorable Sir, for your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from our new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable Sir, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you also, ma'am. Welcome, welcome. And also the viewers, thank you so much.
Honorable Sir, before we move to the next webinar certification process, if you want to leave this studio, you can, sir.
Okay. So the only thing I can say is so number one, so we have to be brave in dealing with a lot of tools available. So we have to maximize those because there's a lot of options there out there within our reach. So don't be afraid. Then second one, if you are using a certain ethic tool, so make sure you have to know also the capability of your learner, specifically the type of device they have, the internet connection. Okay. Okay. So that's it, ma'am.
IGP knowledge seeker it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. IGP Knowledge Seeker is time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have online quiz competition and quiz certification. Dear participant, today our topic is a walkthrough to Google Jamboard and its various application and the code is IGP7823 and the code is IGP7823. Without code, no one is eligible for certificate. With code, you can claim your certificate anytime. Now I'm going to telling you how to claim any certificate. Go to www.eduigp.com, click sign on, login. If you already have an account or create a new account if you are new. Once login, click free webinar. Select the webinar title, continue course, get enrolled. If you haven't enrolled yet, type the code is your certificate code box. Click get certificate. It's already downloaded in PDF file already. Just check it in your file manager or download folder. Don't forget to leave a review in our FB page, website, and Google. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. Now it's time for online quiz session. To join our quiz session, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Go to www dot and find today's quiz or scan this QR code for direct joining. Quiz code is afternoon. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. Please join in Slido with the code, and the code is afternoon. Please join in Slido with the code, and the code is afternoon. Please join in Slido with the code, and the code is afternoon. Please join in Slido with the code, and the code is afternoon. Please join in Slido with the code, and the code is afternoon. With 32 people, we are going to start our quiz session just now. Our first question is, Jamboard is a platform. We can do all of the following aspect. Option 1, evening my teachers. Option 2, click to this assignment upper right corner, click run in. Click on the assignment upper right corner, click turn in is the right answer, and 29% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Flami is holding the first position after completing our first question. Our second question is, who can access Google Classroom through class link? Option 1 true, option 2 false. Who can access Google Classroom through class link? Option 1 true, option 2 false. Option 1 true is the right answer, and 74% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Flami is holding the first position after completing our second question. Our third question is, You have a Google Classroom for almost every class. Option 1 true, option 2 false. Option 1 true, option 2 false. Option 1 true is the right answer and 84% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Flami is holding the first position after completing our third question. Our fourth question is, how do I draw a point using Jamboard? Option 1, touch the screen. Option 2, use the pen tool. Option 1, touch the screen. Option 2, use the pen tool. Option 2, use the pen tool is the right answer and 89% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Jordan is holding the first position after completing our fourth question. Our fifth question is, fourth grades should check Google Classroom daily. Option 1 true, option 2 false. Option 1 true is the right answer and 59% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Evelyn is holding the first position after completing our fifth question. Our sixth question is, how can make a Google presentation or Google document in your Drive? Option 2 true, option 2 false. Option 1 true is the right answer and 85% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Evelyn is holding the first position after completing our sixth question. Our seventh question is, which website is made by Google? Option 1 Chrome, option 2 Firefox. Option 1 Chrome is the right answer and 95% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Evelyn is holding the first position. Our eighth question is, how do I find a code? Select the background, draw vertical line straight graph in Jamboard. Option 1, select the background. Option 2, draw vertical lines. Option 1, select the background is the right answer and 59% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Evelyn is holding the first position. Our second last question is, how do I draw a straight line in Jamboard? The blue, option 1, the blue shape tool, option 2, press shift with mouse, then slide finger on mouse. Option 2, press shift with mouse, then slide mouse or finger on mouse is the right answer and 54% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Barneser is holding the first position after completing our second last question, our last and final question of afternoon session. The teacher can give you homework to turn in Google Classroom. Option 1 true, option 2 false. Option 1 true is the right answer, and 95% people are right here. Congratulations to our webinar online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. Slido will take a few minutes for finalizing the result, and after that we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our webinar online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. Slide will take a few minutes for finalizing the result, and after that we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. Congratulations to our webinar online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. Slide will take a few minutes for finalizing the result, and after that we will issue our online quiz competition certification on our official Facebook page and group Institute of Global Professional. At the end moment of our session, we can say properly feed skill never stop learning because life never stop teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end live button again, wants to thanks to all IGP knowledge seeker for your active participation as always. See you in the next session. Thank you.